I see video as such a powerful resource that organizations and individuals really are only scratching the surface with. And what I mean by that is the state of business has changed so much in the last 10 to 15 years, wherein, 15 years ago to build a $1 million company, let's say that, that's a huge milestone for any company to get to 7 figures. To build $1 million company, you needed to have teams, you needed to have people, high payrolls, you needed to build the army almost to get there. Today, you can literally be a solopreneur, one person, build the right system, set up the right automation, and build a 7-figure company. I see video as being the most powerful tool to be using within those systems, whether it's to attract new clients, whether it's to onboard clients, whether it's to train people on how to do your processes, procedures, or anything. And I think the more companies really start to understand how they can truly benefit from this, it could be reducing staff on hand. It could be, like for me, I don't need a salesperson. I use automation for everything. I have 50 to 100 messages going out a day where it's like, that's a dedicated salesperson's job that I would have to pay 60 to 100 grand a year. I just set up a bot and it's just like, boop, boop, boop.
So in that setting where you've got, you've basically essentially eliminated the need for a salesperson because you're using video, like what form does that take on? You've got a bot. Is it programmed to communicate with people already in your network or
sure.
Down people?
So let's use LinkedIn, for example. I've been doing a lot of LinkedIn over the last year, really dialing in that system. Partially because I noticed most of the leads that I would get from Instagram or Facebook weren't just as quality. I wasn't being able to get in front of the right decision makers the same way as I could on LinkedIn. So I started focusing a lot on LinkedIn. With one of my systems and the bots that I do run there, hopefully LinkedIn doesn't watch and ban my account. But basically what I'll do is I'll just pick a niche. So right now I'm looking for partners in the marine industry. There's a lot of boats and yachts and everything down here in Fort Lauderdale where I live. Oh, yeah. So what I do is I have a good VBC, video business card, that we did for one of our clients. I built a list on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which took 3 minutes, where I just searched C-level executives in the marine industry in South Florida. It was over 1,400 connections. I put it into a sequence where each day, I think it reaches out to 10 to 20 different people. And it just sends a message that says, hey, I live in Fort Lauderdale and I'm actually looking for additional partners in the marine industry. Here's a video business card that we just finished for one of our clients. Does this make sense to discuss more? And I just send that. I don't care about the connection I just send it.
Yeah.
And already in the last week, I've had 7 people hit me back, say, hey, actually, I would love to chat. And so I get those leads just coming in now without, I still have to sell them. I still got to get on the phone and take them through the process, but at least the inbound lead part is kind of automated at this point.
Well, that seems to be the part that people struggle with most or are always asking about. People seem to have a decent enough sales process. Anyone that's actually getting into automation and automating their leads process, I'm going to bet on them having a solid enough sales process that when those leads come to them, they're going to convert pretty decent numbers. I mean, how well do you feel you're going to be able to convert these people that are coming in?
Pretty well.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say, honestly, like 30%, I think I can close but the reason being, I've gone through so many sales meetings. I've done so much outreach. Like this system, a lot of people want to go to automation or bots or ads or anything because they're afraid to reach out. Mm-hmm. They're legitimately afraid of the sales process. They're afraid to email someone. They're like, oh God, this person's going to think I'm a weirdo for sending them an email. Guess what? They don't give a shit. Yeah. If they don't need your business or your service, they're going to say, who is this? Get out of here. And it's gone. You're off their mind. Meanwhile, you're stewing at night like, oh God, I sent 5 emails. Like, I called someone and they hung up on me. Like, how many times I've been hung up on making cold calls, told to F off, you have to get through that because now I know my messaging. I know what I need to say in these messages. I know what I need to send. I know how to do the follow-up, but that's all happened from practice and practice and practice, and the automation isn't isn't the answer. That's just making my life a little bit easier.